So Jake Browning spoke today, and he talked about how he's going to fix the issues being presented with him at quarterback. Now, obviously, at the end of the day, looks like the Bengals are going to keep him at quarterback. They have made zero attempt right now at this moment to go get someone else, so this looks like it's going to be him and then Brett Ripien. I'm not even sure if they're going to elevate Sean Clifford or elevate the White Lightning, Mike White. We have to wait and see on that one. But he says, everyone's pissed. You know. I think that's something that you don't really know. Okay? Nobody really knows except for yourself. Like when you lie down at night, like, did I bring it today in Wednesday's walkthrough where I could have considered through everything? Did you dedicate more of yourself or less of yourself? And that's kind of something Zach Taylor's been saying. Oh, no. Jake, I think you need to stop referencing Jack Taylor. I think that might be part of the problem. You know, when there's adversity hitting or like things aren't going the way you want, did you dedicate more of yourself to try and figure out the solution and be part of the solution, or are you dedicating yourself less so that the losses hurt less? You're kind of disconnected. You're making excuses on why things are going the way they are. Okay, hold up. Did you dedicate more of yourself? So these are things that he's asking himself. He's saying, hey, did I dedicate more of myself and try to figure out the solution? Am I trying to be part of the solution? Or am I just giving up completely as a person and just don't care? And that makes the losses even easier because you just simply don't care. Which is, I feel like, a very big issue behind, the scenes there. Okay. And so I think outside of major outliers, you don't really know. Nobody really knows how your response is except for yourself. So I think for me, I've always been more, just do more. And you know whether the outcome is what you like or at least you got a peace of mind. Well, okay. Dr. Phil moment here. What the fluff is this? Jake, what are you saying? Jake, you just said, literally, you just became Zach Taylor on steroids. You just said a lot of word diarrhea, and not a single thing meant anything. I understand what the context he's going with. He's saying that, you can either put a lot of blame on yourself, you can put no blame on yourself, you can care about the loss, you can not care about the loss. Like, nobody knows really how much someone blames themselves for something, and it's up to you to decide how much you want to put on you and what you want to do moving forward. I understand the context of it, but, like, you just lost 28-3. You guys could not move the ball on offense. You couldn't do anything on offense. And, like, it's hard to take that and then go, oh, okay, yeah. It's like a philosophical moment. Should you blame yourself? Should you not blame yourself? Jake, you lost 28-3. Yeah, I've never heard a quarterback go philosophical when they lose 28-3. That's a very interesting situation. Then he actually says the stuff that actually somewhat makes sense to a quarterback who's lost 28-3. He says, I need to adjust how I'm throwing some of the 50-50 balls to him. He's speaking of T. Higgins. Just give him a shot at it and see. I would say that's the main takeaways. Couple little things here and there I want to clean up, and outside of that, I think you can only have so many takeaways. He will try to turn it around against Detroit. I don't even know what to take away from what he said. I mean, let alone talk about Detroit, and that game's going to be very tough. What did he just say? I feel like I'm watching a Zach Taylor press conference, but even worse. Okay, I guess he's. Wow, yeah, that was interesting. That was an interesting press conference, Jake. At the end of the day, I more or less do not understand anything what you just said. Yeah. And then you quote Zach Taylor, which I really feel like is such a bad thing to do. Right now, at least, it's such a bad angle to go with. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, he obviously is getting a lot of hate. He's obviously getting a lot of, I think he feels very bad. I don't know, actually. Because he's not really saying what he feels. He's saying how someone would feel in his situation. So it's like he's taking himself out of the situation and saying, here's what, here's like how you deal with these things, right? Here's how it goes. But he's not really saying how he feels, just how everyone else feels. And what you can do and what's the best solution, what's the worst solution. Well, I guess not even what's the best and what's the worst. He's just saying what the solutions are. Nobody really knows how your response is except for yourself. Like, bro sounds like a therapist. Did we get a quarterback or a therapist? I mean, you got Joe, right? Joe Burrow, who doesn't really say much in interviews. But when he talks, he's very, straight to the point. He says what he means what he says, and he's very just straightforward, right? And then you got Zach Taylor, who just gives you word diarrhea. He gives you the PR response. He gives you the nonsense over and over and over again to a point where you're like, why did I even listen to this interview in the first place? I don't think I really got anything from it. And now apparently you got Dr. Jake, who just tries to help you out on a spiritual level of, hey, this is what you should, this is how you should feel. This is how you should sense what's going on. Are you upset about the game? Well, you can either take it one of two ways. You can blame yourself, or you can blame others. Okay. I thought I was going to listen to what Jake Browning said about the game and less about a therapy session. Yeah. Jake Browning for therapy. I mean, yeah, guys, we all got therapy from Jake Browning for free. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.